is more focused on Excel today. Right? I'm going to share the practice files with you, and we're going to learn a lot of things on Excel and just upskill ourselves. Wow. Well, it's not Altera, to be honest. It's your own choice that you're here. I don't think you guys have an option to actually go ahead and talk in this particular session. So let's park it for the live sessions, guys. Hey everyone. All right, let's get started in interest of time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share across some use cases. I'm going to create a Google Drive, share that link with you. And that's where we start putting our data. You can download data from that particular Google Drive. Yeah. Just 1 second. I'm getting the files ready. All right. So the session is going to be divided into two major parts. The first part is your basics of Excel. Right now, those elements could sound really basic for a lot of people, but I guess as we move on to the intermediate and advanced concepts, at the end of it, I'm planning to give you a trick with which you can create an entire dashboard. Right? That's what my aim is for today. And if not, of course, we'll have more time to invest on upcoming days. So this is start for a lot of sessions that are coming down the series. And my end goal is, I'm going to show you the output, how it will look like. But my end goal is actually to have that particular piece ready for you, which is a dashboard. Yeah. So here we have the first file. Yeah. So here is the link, guys, that I've just pasted on the chat. It's going to come through to you very shortly. In the meantime, I want you to paste on chat what exactly are the points that you want to learn out of this entire series. Let's see what all we can cover today and what all we need to park for the upcoming sessions. I'm waiting for your responses. I see a lot of responses flowing in. Okay. Guys, just confirm me on chat if you guys have received the corresponding link to the Google Drive now. COUNTIFS special use case, absolutely, that's in the pipeline. We have index match, when and why to use instead of lookups. Okay, fair, sum and products, trim proper, pivot tables, dynamic formulae. Okay, left right function. All right? Index, match, text before, text after. Okay, creating formula using multiple functions as per required logic. Great. Basically, everything which is required to clear dipsticks. Guys, don't focus on dipsticks. I'm again telling you, don't focus on dipsticks. Focus on your learning and your growth. Dipsticks are just a part of your entire journey that you'll be going through. No, that's an unfair statement to make, Digdarshini. Let's refrain from doing that. All right. I hope you have the first file at hand because this is what is going to take us through the entire 2 hours of the session. See how beautiful one particular file can be. I'm going to bring up my screen with the same file. Yeah. All right. What do you see in the file, guys? Can you just explain to me on chat? Is it a structured data? Is it an unstructured data? What is it? Type on chat. I'm going to raise a poll. Tell me. I've raised a poll. You guys tell me how exactly is that particular data. That is definitely not structured, guys. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to tell me on chat what techniques are there basis which you can actually sort this data merged into one. Absolutely, it often happens in real life as well. It does. That's how you receive the data from a lot of ERP systems, guys. Rest is the data that you have at hand. So tell me, what technique are you going to use to change or have this data in a very structured manner? Text split, this should have been in different columns. Combine data, text to columns, text to column, text to column. Okay. Then take 2-3 minutes and try and break this particular data into text to columns. Yeah, try text before, text after. Let me see how fast we can actually break this column. You see the order date, you see the region, you see representatives. Let's see how fast can you actually break this into various column heads. Guys, download the data and then use it. Okay, don't request the edit access online with me. You need to download the sheet. The Excel sheet is there on the file that I shared. I'm going to share that particular link again with you if you need me to. I've pinned that particular message. Look at the pinned message, guys. In the pinned message, you will find the corresponding Google Drive where I'm going to upload the raw data. All right, let me see. I'm just going to wait for 1 more minute because according to me, that's all that it takes to break this data into multiple columns. 1 minute, 60 seconds is what it's going to take us. So tell me, did it happen for you? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Is it accurately happening for you? Yes or no? So here's a poll. Were you able to convert this data into a structured format? Tell me, yes or no? We have already passed 120 minutes approx since I shared this data with you. Of course, that's what I'm here for, but let's just understand from everyone if someone was able to achieve this and what technique did they use. Probably after the session, of course. Come on, guys, vote. I want all of you to be responsive. It's again just like a live session. We want it to be interactive, it to be responsive. Okay. Someone said yes. I would really want to know how you did that. Let's have the technique name revealed for everyone, those who are able to achieve this. Come on, put it on chat. What technique did you use? And don't say chat GPT, okay? No AI. We need to apply our own minds. I gave you that line the other day, right? I heard this somewhere. I'm going to repeat it for a lot of you. So, electricity would be so cheap that only rich would be burning the candles. Electricity would be so cheap that only rich would be burning the candles. Similarly, AI would be so cheap that only rich would be able to think. So now you have to decide, do you want to create a balance between AI and yourself or gonna get extinct? All right, I'm gonna end the poll. Let's see how we can do this. Now, first, let's understand why we cannot apply text to columns. Okay, let's come here. For text to columns to work, we need a particular delimiter. So the data should ideally have been in this format, either a comma, right? Then we have East, then comma, then Jones, then comma, then pencil. So comma is our delimiter. Instead of comma, it could have been a bar, but in all the places, the delimiter should have been the same. Only then our technique of text to columns actually work. Only then our technique of text to column actually works. I hope you are able to understand this particular point. Right, I'm going to go to delimited, I'm going to go to next, and here I choose a bar as my delimiter, and my data gets broken automatically. Do you see this on my screen? Tell me if this was clear to you. I think until and unless I share my entire screen, the pop-ups won't be visible to you. So let me share my entire screen one more time. Yeah. So this is my data. I'm going to go to text to columns. Now I'm very sure you'll be able to see the pop-up. I choose delimited. I go next. And as and when I type this delimiter here, my data gets broken. Because the delimiter is the same across the entire data set. But is that true for my existing data? No. One of the delimiters is a square bracket, the other one is a space, then there is a round bracket. So there is no consistent delimiter across my data, and hence I cannot use text to columns as my technique. So what do we do? This is where we apply a machine learning trick, right? Those who have Excel 2013 onwards, they'll be able to apply this trick. Okay. A machine learning trick. Essentially, what is machine learning? You solve one of the problems for the machine recognizes the pattern for that particular problem, and then correspondingly it solves the other problems with the same pattern, right? That's the easiest explanation. So these are all problems for Excel. I'm going to solve one of the problems in one of the rows for it, and basis that Excel is going to solve all the other problems for me. First, let me show you what I'm doing on screen, and then I'm going to actually tell you how to do it. Look at my screen very carefully, guys. This is row number 2. I'm going to extract region out of this, and region is the text within these square brackets. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it in thus the adjacent column. Remember, if my data is in column A, my solution should be in column B. There should not be a break in between. Okay, and as soon as I do this, I press some shortcut, and the entire data set has been extracted. That entire column has been extracted from my unstructured data source. How was this technique? On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being bad, 5 being excellent. Tell me on chat. How was this technique? And you can do this for n number of items. The technique is Control plus E. That is also known as flash fill, and you will find it here under the data tab. This particular button here is the flash. Okay, you can also press Control E. Let me repeat the process one more time. What I'm going to do this time is I'm going to extract the date. So I'm going to double click on the text, copy this element, take it to just the adjacent cell. Okay, there should be no gaps in between, remember, and paste it. Simple, copy and paste, that's it. Once I'm done with this, I press Control E, and my entire problem set is solved. This is the same technique. Hardly takes me 5 seconds to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna wait here, and I'm gonna put a poll again. All columns have been split, yes or no? So I'm gonna wait till you mark yes on this particular poll. Do this for all the columns, just the way I'm doing it. The shortcut for Mac would be Command plus E. Mostly Control E and Command E are the shortcuts that are gonna work. Yes, you can use this instead of text to column as well. Text to column is just another way to do the same thing, but you can do this instead of text to columns as well. So I'm going to extract units, copy, paste, Control E. I'm going to extract unit cost, copy, paste, paste, copy, paste, Control E. I'm going to extract total, copy, paste, Control E. Why did I not do rep and items? Well, there's a catch. I'm going to do it for Jones, which is the rep, representative name basically, and item. So there are 2 columns. One is representative name, one is items. But as soon as I do it for Jones, there'll be one error in the entire data set. Perfect, Mudassir. So yes, guys, Control E works in Mac as well. Excel 2013, it also depends on the subvariant of it. So Excel 2013, it might work, but beyond Excel 2013, it will work for everyone. Below 2013, it won't. So I want you to identify what is the problem, which row is the problem in this particular data set, which is actually not giving you the right answer when you extract representatives. I'm waiting for you to tell me the row number where you found a problem. I'm gonna wait. Do it one by one. If it is not working for someone, let me know. I'll repeat the process one more time. I'm waiting, guys. Vote. There is a poll which is open on chat. Quickly vote. Row number 34, 35, 36. Is it? Let me check, Sayali. Yes, Sayali, you are right. But there's also an easier way to identify it. There are rows above as well. But perfect. Sayali has identified it absolutely right. Essentially, Sayali, what do you notice there? Can you just explain in a one line? Rows with a middle name. Yes, Aram, it's not exactly a middle name, it's the item. So you have the representative name and then the item. So which item is not giving you the right output? Can you tell me? Which item is not giving you the right output? What is the item name that is not giving you the right output? Sayali, Aram, you would have already identified it. Pen set, absolutely. Oh, Nayak Thunder. I want your real name, bro. But pen set, exactly. Pen set. Space is already there, Sally, in all of them, but pen set, wherever there's an occurrence of pen set, you will find an error. Okay. Now, what exactly happened? Look at my screen and let me just explain to you what exactly happened here. Okay. Let me bring the representatives here just quickly. Okay. So this is Jones, Skyville, Jardine, Gill. As I move to row number 17, it suddenly says Jones pen. I hope you are able to see my screen. Right? So the name of the representative is Jones, but as soon as I move to row number 17, I see the name comes as Jones pen. What happened here is Excel was going ahead with a pattern which you gave it, which is one kind of problem. Right? This is one kind of problem. As soon as Excel encountered a different kind of problem, a slightly advanced kind of problem, it faced a challenge. Right? It gave you the wrong answer. Now, how do we solve this? Well, the solution is very simple. Delete the entire column that you just now created, right? And solve, I'm going to insert one more column, solve it one more time with two problems. Okay, look at my screen very carefully. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to solve it for two problems. One, again, the same basic problem, which I have here. And the other one is row number 17, which is a slightly advanced problem. Right, so in this entire column, I solved it for two problems, row number 2 and row number 17. I solved it for two problems. Now I press Control E and my answer would be perfect. Now my answer would be perfect. Right? Because now Excel is able to understand what kind of pattern it should identify. And same thing goes for item. I'm going to solve it for two problems. One, I'll have pencil. I'm going to paste it in the column H. The other one is pen set. I'm going to paste it in column H and press Control E. And my entire columns have been segregated. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 columns, and I have 7 columns right here. I'm going to pause. Yes, this concept is known as flash fill. I'm going to pause to see how many of you have actually completed this particular exercise. I've already raised a poll. Quickly respond on the poll if you've completed and all your columns have been split. Because this is the only file that we're going to work on throughout this session. And you need to go forward from this particular slide, one step at a time. Respond to the poll, my friends. I only see 21 votes. There's a poll. There's a poll at the bottom, Sarthak. Mudassir, respond to the poll. All your columns should be split, and then going forward, just have the names also of the different columns. So this is rep name, this is region, this is order date, this is units, unit cost, this is total, and this is item. So my data set is perfectly ready for me to work on. With millions of rows, how we can find out where the error occurred, especially when the data is not clean. Brilliant, Abhinav. I was looking for someone to ask this question. Tia also asked this same question. But if the data is very big and many errors, would it not be very tedious? It won't be. It won't be. Right? I'm going to end the poll and let me answer this particular question. Okay, I'm going to answer this now, but we're going to learn this technique a little later. Okay. Have you heard about filters? And need I say more? Limitation of flash fill. What exactly is the limitation of flash fill, Gautam? If you can explain in detail. If you know about filters, you'll be able to identify all the errors with a single click of a button. We're going to explain filters later and you'll be able to identify it there. So hold your thought. I'm going to tell you how to find the error. Even if there are millions of rows, I'm going to tell you how to find the error. Okay, hold your thought. You're going to work with filters there. All right. I'm going to wait for 1 more minute. I want to wait for clock to turn 41. Pen set going in different columns? No. Pen set is a single item. Just like pencil, just like the other, like binder, desk, pen set is going to go in the same column right here in column H. Again, you need to solve two problems. There are certain limitations, sir, where we can't use flash fill. If you tell us, that would also be helpful. Gautam, I don't think there is any limitation. The limitation that you will find in flash fill is where the data is unstructured, but it's completely unstructured. I mean, there is not even a pattern for Excel to recognize. It's completely random data. For example, there are posts, LinkedIn posts extracted into an Excel. What is the data that you can get from there? Right? This is completely random text. Okay, that's the only place where there is a limitation. But any kind of tabular data which is in unstructured format, it can be turned into a structured scenario. All right, Nayak Thunder. Let me have your real name, but Nayak, I hope you are able to solve this now. Pen set would be in a single column, pen set in the items column right here. Okay, here's what we do next. Just wait, guys. All right, superb. So we have representative regions. The order of the columns does not matter. But if we need to reorder the columns at a very fast pace, let's understand how we can do that. Okay, essentially what you need to do, you need the order date as one of the first columns, right? So here's how I do it. Did you see how fast I moved the entire column? I'm going to do a Control Z to show that to you again. Okay, look at this very carefully. First and foremost, this is my column that I need in place of column B, right? Order date I need in place of column B. I need to move everything ahead and add order date as a column there. So the shortcut is, firstly you select the entire column, not the data, but the entire column. Control space. My entire column is selected. Do it with me. I'm going to pause. Do it with me. Done. Control space, column selected. Do a control X to cut the column. Control X. The column would be cut. Control X. You cut the column. Then you go to column B, the first cell of column B. Okay, first cell of column B, and press Control Shift plus. Control Shift plus. Control Shift plus. Essentially, what this is doing is the entire column is going to move from its existing place to column B. Right? So it's adding another column by removing it from its existing place. Shifting a column, you don't need to delete or anything. Nothing is to be done. A simple technique to do this. Did it work? Give me a yes or a no on chat. Not raising a poll right now. Give me a yes or a no. Did it work? All right. All right, Manthan, we're going to do this one more time. So guys, here's how the sequence is going to be. I want you to use the same technique to rearrange the columns in the same sequence that we have in column A. Order date, then region, then rep, then item, then units, unit cost, not work. Whichever column you want to move. So mine is region that I want to move now. Control C, select the entire column. Okay, Control X, cut the column from the existing place. Go to the place where you want to insert the column. So for example, I want to insert it before column C. So I'm going to go on column C. The columns are inserted to the left. Okay, so whichever column I inserted to the left, that's the column that I want to select. Okay, so I want to replace column C with this. So column C, Control Shift plus is what I'm going to add. So now I have order date, region, replace. That's how the columns can move. That's how fast your organization of data could be. And done. My data is organized now. Type organized on chat if the data has been organized for you as well. If the data is now organized for you, type organized on chat. All right, this is 3-6 more responsive. That's how we drive the energy in the room. There are two mind-blowing techniques coming your way. Yes, come on, more responses. 57 of us. I think एक एक लैपटॉप से मल्टीपल लोगों ने ज्वाइन करा हुआ है. Get back. So we have order date, rep, region. Our entire data is ready. We're going to learn about two things, and we're going to learn two advanced concepts of those two things. First is SUMIF. Can you tell me what SUMIF is going to do? Actually, strike SUMIFs. What we're going to do is we're going to learn about IFS formulas. SUMIFS and COUNTIFS. SUMIFS and COUNTIFS. Okay? If is an obsolete formula. IFS is the future. So we're going to directly go with IFS. So tell me, what does SUMIFS do? A single one-liner explanation, and not from ChatGPT, from your own self. using a particular condition. Absolutely. It gives me the sum using a particular condition. And specifically, ifs is going to give, right, adding the required items only. Perfect. Required one only. Some of the numbers along with multiple conditions. Brilliant. Brilliant. So what we do here is a simple use case, a region-wise analysis. So I'm going to type east in one of the columns here. This is going to be my input column. Okay, this is going to be my input column. I'm going to type east and right. I hope you're with me. Now this is me what I need to apply. Let me just re-bring that back. The screen is there. Can you confirm if you can see the screen, everyone? Guys, confirm on chat if you can see the screen. Screen not visible. I thought so. Let me reshare that. Let me reshare that. It's okay. As soon as it's visible, just type visible on chat, or a yes would be helpful. Excellent. So yes, SUMIFS, and here are the corresponding parameters for it. Okay, sum range. Whenever we talk about sum range, a sum can be done of a range only if it is numerical. Can you do a sum of my representative names here? No. You can only do a sum of the numerical items, which are either units or unit cost or total. These are my numerical items. So sum if my sum range is gonna be the entire range, right? Which is h colon h. That's my sum range in this example. I'm gonna take a region-wise sum ifs. So I need a region which is east. That's my input. Okay, so my sum range is HH. My criteria range. Criteria range, is it a single cell or is it multiple cells? A range means multiple cells, right? That's criteria range. A range means multiple cells. Guys, can you confirm again if the screen is visible? Because it's visible for me now. I've just received a response that the screen is not visible. We can see. Super. All right, things seem to have been fixed. Hi again. Hope you can see me and hear me loud and clear now. Yes, we are back. Awesome. Let's resume. Let's resume. Something very crazy is coming down the line, guys. Something very, very down the line. Let me know if you can see my screen now. Yes, you can see the hello and everything. Brilliant. SUMIFS. We were all there. So SUMIFS, the sum range is going to be a numerical range. You cannot have the representative name as your sum range. Criteria range is where you want Excel to search for the items. So again, very simply, region is my, or C:C in my case, region is the column where I have to search, and criteria 1 is what do I need to search. Okay, so I'm going to search for East. That's my criteria 1, L4. I'm going to press enter, and this is the total of all the items within East. This is the total sales made in the East region. Right? Type East on chat if you've got the same response. Type East on chat if you've got the same response. All right, that's 4. East. Okay. COUNTIFS. Okay. Let me add another condition to ifs now. What if I want East and Gill to be the two? So sales made within by Gill. Okay. I'm going to press comma. Right. Next, range 2. So my criteria range 2 is my representative name, which is column D. This is where I apply the second criteria. And my second criteria is the name of the representative, which is Gill. I press enter. The answer is 0. Does that mean our formula is wrong? Absolutely not. This means that there is no sales which has been made in the East region by Gill. Essentially, we have put 2 parameters now. One, searching for the region, and second, searching for the rep. So the simple changes, let's change East to Central, and you will find the answer to be there with the same formula, right? Because Gill has not made any sale in East, but he has made sales in the Central region. So our formula is always correct. If you stick to the concepts, you don't have to be worried about the answer. Even if the answer is 0, that means there are no occurrences. Okay, I'm going to wait till you confirm some ifs on chat. If some ifs is clear to you, press or type some ifs on chat. If some ifs is clear to you, type some ifs on chat. I'm also raising a poll. Quickly respond to the poll as well. You would never have thought what some if could be used for, right? It's not just a simple some ifs. There is a lot more techniques that you can use this for. Have you heard about a concept of running total? Running total. That's what we're going to derive, and it's very, very handy. A running total. We're going to see. We're going to see what that is. I'm going to wait for 2 more minutes for you to complete SUMIFS, and then we proceed with COUNTIFS, and then we proceed with the mind-blowing techniques. The occurrence and the running total. Those are our mind-blowing techniques. Okay. For Central and Gill, can you apply COUNTIFS yourself and tell me the count or the answer that you get ultimately, keeping the same criteria? Keeping the same criteria, Central and Gill. Tell me the answer. What answer do you get for COUNTIFS? Type it on chat. What is the count that you get? I'm going to just show it to you in another minute, but I want you to apply COUNTIFS first. It's the same exact formula. The only thing missing there is the sum range, because you don't need to calculate anything. You just need to count. Same exact formula. Focus on the parameters, you'll be able to reach there. Okay, I've started to get some answers. 5 of you are others. Let's see if they're able to apply COUNTIFS. Cinco. All right, let me apply it for you. Face even a slightest challenge in COUNTIF. You're going to go to COUNTIF. See the parameters. First is criteria range 1. That's regions, because this is where I have to apply my criteria. And what is the criteria? The criteria is central. Then criteria range 2, that is representatives. This is where I search for the rep name. And what is my criteria? Criteria name is Gill. Enter. Your answer is 5. Bang on. I'm going to wait for 2 more minutes and take you through the concepts starting sharp at 309. We are at 307. I'm going to wait for 2 minutes for you to complete this, and then we take you through at 309. In the meantime, if anyone has any doubts, you can put them on chat, guys. Again, I stand by my statement. Ratna nahi hai. Don't mug up the formulae. Think from a concept perspective. Right? Sum range means the range for which sum is to be calculated. And it can never be an alphabetical range. It can never be text. A sum can only be calculated with numbers. Criteria range, on the other hand, is where the criteria is to be applied. Right? Where you need to search for items. And because it's a range, it's of course more than one item in every scenario. I'm going to wait for 1 more minute, waiting for the clock to turn 309. If you have any doubts or want me to repeat any concept, put it on chat. All right, let's proceed forward in that case. Sir, how to decide which column or range to be taken first? Divya, it doesn't matter at all. In our scenario, there were 2 ranges. One is rep name, the other one is region. You could have taken region first and rep second, or you could have taken rep first and region second. Doesn't matter at all. It's as good as you're applying filters. Let me just show you how this works. Okay. Filters we're going to cover in detail. Don't worry about it. If you know about filters, you can do it with me. Okay. So I'm going to apply a filter on the data that I have. And how actually SUMIFS and COUNTIFS work is the filter on the 2 elements. So central Gill, this is how they apply the filter. How many items are there? 5. What is the sum total? 1749.87. So if I apply the filter on rep first and then on region, doesn't matter. The answer would be the same. Right? So it does not matter which criteria range you select first. I hope it's clear. Absolutely. Now coming for the big show. The big show. Okay. Tell me, guys. I want to calculate the occurrence of each item. What does it mean when I say occurrence? Okay. Let's talk about representative name. Okay. So Jones, this is the first occurrence for Jones. So the answer should come as 1. I'm telling you what the answer should be, and then we'll apply the corresponding formula. Okay. So Kaival, again 1. Jardine 1. Gill 1. Sorvino 1. As soon as Jones comes again, the answer is going to be 2. Andrews, this is the first occurrence. So answer is going to be 1. All right. Jardine, this is the second occurrence. So answer is going to be 2. Thompson, first occurrence, answer is 1. Jones, this is the third occurrence. So answer is going to be 3. Here. Each occurrence of Jones is numerically numbered. Right? Each occurrence of Jardine is numerically numbered, so on and so forth. This is what I want to achieve. Any thoughts on how we can achieve this? We're going to achieve this with the COUNTIFS formula. But any thoughts on how we can achieve this? Yes, running cumulative frequency. You're absolutely right. That's what we call this. One second, guys. How do I get the chat option? Live chat. Okay, got it. Let's see how we achieve this, guys. These are all problem solving techniques. You all have these formulas with you. You understand these formulae. But how do we actually solve real life problems with these? That's the mindset that I want to build for you. So that any problem you come across, you know precisely how you're going to tackle that. Okay. Tell me, how does COUNTIF formula work? Across this entire column, which is C colon C, this entire column C colon C, COUNTIF is going to start searching for, let's say the region here is central, right? So it's going to start searching for central and it's going to search for occurrences. So here the answer is going to be 1, here 2, here 3. But because we have selected the entire range, it's going to give me one single answer. मतलब पूरी range में central कितनी बार आ रहा है? That is, the answer is 5. We have already checked here. I mean, central and gill, we have applied both the occurrences. But अगर मैं सिर्फ central की बात करूं, if I remove gill, right, I apply another COUNTIF. Let me apply the COUNTIF here itself. So COUNTIFS, we're going to go with ifs. If को छोड़ दो अब. Ifs है, that does it for one, that does it for many. So we don't need to do COUNTIF. Ifs, this is my representatives. And my criteria is Jones. So the answer that is coming is 8. That means in my entire data set, Jones is coming 8 times. I can filter on Jones and show it to you. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Jones is coming 8 times. I hope this is clear to you. Right? From the entire data set, if I search for it, Jones is coming for the total 8 times. Right? Now, the only tweaking thought that I want to give to you here is, what happens if I limit the starting point of the range? Okay, so I'm going to show it to you on screen first, and then we're going to apply the formula for it. You tell me the answers when I ask you these questions. If my range, you see the first parameter, criteria range 1, is this, the one that I've selected on screen, which is D2 to D7. How many occurrences of Jones do you see here? What is going to be the answer of COUNTIFS? If my range is this, D2 to D7, what is going to be the answer of COUNTIFS for Jones? How many occurrences of Jones are here? Not exactly, Mudassir. Please don't jump the gun. Let's do it with concept. Okay, you're pretty much there, but not exact answer that you're giving me. Okay, perfect. The answer is 2. What if my range is this? How many occurrences of Jones are there then? I'm going to draw a dash so that all of you are giving the right answer now. Okay, this is the dash. My revised range is D2 and D3. How many occurrences are there now? 1. What if my range is just a single column, which is here, just this, D2? My range is D2 to D2, from D2 to D2. That's my range. What is going to be my answer now? I'm going to draw a dash again. How many occurrences of Jones are there? Tell me now. Of course, the occurrences of Jones is 1. Even from D2 to D2, there is just a single cell. So occurrences of Jones would be only 1. I hope you're with me. Yeah? So the concept that we cover here is known as incremental range. Incremental range. What we do is we freeze the first occurrence of the range. The first occurrence of the range. For example, D2 is what we freeze. This is where I start from. This is where I start from. And the second part of the range, the 2 part, right? This is from the $D, $2. The first part is from, and the second part is to, right? From and to. So D2 is till where the range goes. And my answer becomes 1. Somewhat starting to look like what we essentially needed. Yes? I'm going to repeat this one more time. What I've done is I've given it a singular range. Search for only this particular cell and then give me the answer. Right? And this is in the very first item in my data set, which is row number 2, the very first row. Right? सिर्फ इसमें search करो, सिर्फ इतने से subset में search करो. And within that subset, I have kept the first part as fixed. Right? The second part is revolving. The second part is incremental. So when I copy this particular formula to the next item, look at the formula. Don't look at the answer. Look at the formula. It says from D2 to D3. That means 2 extra rows have been covered. Now it is searching for items in 2 rows. And the criteria also has changed. Criteria has become chival now. If I copy and paste it to the next row, again, now it's searching for 3 rows from D2 to D4, and it's searching for D4. This concept is known as incremental range. With every increasing parameter, increasing problem, your row reference is also increasing. Quickly apply this and copy this particular formula to a large number of data set and see if the original problem that we were trying to tackle has been achieved or not. I'm going to raise a poll in the meantime. Once you're done, then only type at yes. Once you're done, then only select yes. Yes, absolutely. We'll go with one more time. Let me delete what I just typed. So what we are essentially doing here is we are limiting the range in which Excel has to count. Okay, so if I have to count only in this range, Excel will only find 2 occurrences of Jones, 1 occurrence of chival, 1 occurrence of Jardine. So that's how I'm restricting the count. Okay, that's how I'm restricting the count, the range in which the count is to be restricted. So for my first row, the very first row, the range is going to be only a single cell. And the from part is going to stay fixed so that when I copy and paste it to the next element, the from part remains fixed, which is D2, and the to part is increased by 1 more row, the relative referencing. Right? So my starting point is fixed. My end point is unlimited, wherever I can copy and paste this formula to. Right? I'm starting from the same point, but my end point keeps on increasing. So if I go here, you will see it's searching from D2 to D15 and identifying the occurrences that have happened for Jones. And that's why the answer that I'm getting here is 4. I'll wait for all of you to confirm, guys. Next time I'm only going to put the answer as yes, because जिसने no answer करा है वो repeat भी नहीं कर पाता है. They cannot change their answers again. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being bad, 5 being excellent. How was this particular trick? Tell me on chat. Six. Nice. Superb, guys. What if I tell you something even better is coming your way and you are going to apply this? I'm just going to give you a problem statement and I have faith that all of you would be able to solve it. Yeah, I'm going to wait for 1 more minute. Sharp at 3:23, I'm going to tell you what problem I'm trying to tackle here. It's not about learning the problems. It's about how well you're able to apply those when you're trying to solve an issue. Learning formula is easy. Applying them in real life is what takes intelligence. Excited for what is coming next? 30 more seconds and we start off. Rupankar, the real life use case is to count the occurrences. Let's say there's a particular data set on number of sales entries, and then there is a data set on number of returns. If you want to count the occurrence of the same order ID, because one time it would be a sale entry, the other time the same order ID would be in return. So you know exactly that every item number 2 or the second occurrence of every order ID is actually a return case. That's where in e-commerce you can apply this particular problem statement. That's one use case of it. Okay, so every second occurrence of that particular order ID is going to be a return occurrence. And one other thing that you would like to focus on while actually applying this technique is column number B here gives you the order date, which is chronologically sorted. It's going either from ascending to descending or descending to ascending. Right? So the data should be sorted in a particular manner if you're trying to apply this particular technique. All right. So here is the problem statement that you need to solve. The problem statement is known as running total. Running total. Again, what I essentially need is the answer for Jones in this particular column. I'm going to name this running total. So answer for Jones in this particular column should be 189.05. And a lot of you would have already understood. This particular cell should give me the answer of 189 plus 229.4, so 488.45. Then this is the third occurrence of Jones, which is going to give me the answer of 488 plus 539, so 1027. Similarly, this should be 999.5, and if there's another occurrence of Kaival, it's going to give me the total of those elements. So this time I want you to type and give me the formula. What formula you applied to actually arrive at running total. Let's take 5 minutes and let's understand how you are solving this particular problem. How are you applying the running total? Use the similar thought that you applied for COUNTIFS and see if you are able to fix it with a similar concept but in another formula. Ding, ding, ding. All right, some answers have started to flow in. Nice. Sanjana giving us the first answer. Rudra. Sayali. Excellent. Excellent. You all got a hang of the concept. Again, same concept, incremental range is going to be applied here. We'll wait for 2 more minutes for everyone to complete. Guys, once you're done, type your formula here. The concept stays the same, just the formula changes. SUMIFS. Brilliant, Sarthak. Excellent. I see the formulas flowing in now. Superb. Great. Nayak, Mudassir, Muskan. Well done. I'm bringing up something about what you're going to cover next. And if you want to take screenshots and show it to your friends just to make them jealous, go ahead. Do it, do it. Let's complete the formula first, and then I'm going to share my screen with what's coming next. Where are we, my friends? Are we done? If anyone has any doubt on this particular element, just know I'll repeat this one more time. I'll wait for 30 more seconds, and then I show you what's coming up next before I give you the bonus trick for this particular session. Every session would have some certain bonus tricks. Okay. One more formula we'll cover today. I'll have a bonus trick, and I'm going to give you the flavor of what's coming next. So no questions. We're good to move forward. Don't have any doubts, guys. If you're facing a challenge in this particular running total or occurrences, let me know. We'll be able to help you out. Again, no doubts. You should not have any doubts. All right. Here is the flavor of what's coming next. Let me bring up another screen. Let me know if you can see a colorful dashboard in front of you. Type DB1, dashboard 1, if you can see the dashboard in front of you. DB1, dashboard 1, DB1. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, DB1. Superb. 5, 6, 7. Seems like a simple dashboard, right? Isn't it? I know even this one would be slightly, because 15 years of data, right? And 15 is just a number for a practice exercise. It can be 50 years pulled up into a single dashboard screen just by a click of a button. Look at my screen very carefully. Do you see the data change? Do you see the charts change? All of that is happening just on a click of a button. Imagine a dynamic dashboard giving you key insights of who has performed well, which representative has done a good job, which region has done a good job, which product is actually your star. All of that with a year-on-year analysis and a trend chart and certain excellent elements in terms of colors, in terms of stars. Would you like to learn this? Drop some hearts this time if you'd like to learn. This is a completely Excel-based dashboard. It requires zero coding knowledge, guys. Completely Excel-based dashboard. All right. Not just this. Let's see what more is in store for you. This is number 2. I'm going to pause till you see this particular dashboard. Lots and lots of years. I think these are 5 years of data with this, with item-wise analysis, with the product-based, and some product-wise analysis, most average unit cost. Everything clickable filters applied. So I want to see the sales made only on Mondays. There you go. These are sales made only on Mondays. I want to see the sales made on Mondays of 2017. These are sales made on 2017. I want to see the sales made on Monday of 2017 in the East region. There you go. Simple on clicks of certain buttons, you are able to derive so many brilliant insights. Again, zero coding knowledge. You don't need any code, any extra knowledge to learn about this. This dashboard can be built in less than 20 minutes. Less than 20 minutes, clear to you on how or what insights you actually need from the data. This can be built in less than 20 minutes. Excited? What are the sales made on Sundays? It's easily derivable here, Saturdays and Sundays. I can choose 2 days. Do you see? I've chosen 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, in 2017 in the East region. Everything just on a click of a button. No filtering, nothing. This is what actually puts you apart from your peers. If you know this and 5 of you are in the line for an interview, this is going to make a difference in your selection. This is going to make the difference, right? Type excited on chat these concepts. Type excited on chat. I can only see 4 of you guys. That's a dull response. Excited for DB1, not for DB2? How? Wow. Okay. What you saw in DB2 can be replicated for 15 years, 20 years, 25 years as well. It's not just that DB1 was for so many years. Great. That's the energy. That's what I was looking forward to. Superb. So I've got back the raw data screen that we were working on. Let's wrap this session on a high note by giving you 2 more functions and 1 bonus trick. Actually, 1 more function and 1 bonus trick. Oh, nice. Addy, well done. I like the response. All right, coming back. What we're going to do is we're going to insert a row above row number 1. Okay, so I'm going to select row number 1, right click and click on insert, or you can press the shortcut, which is Alt plus I plus R. And these are Alt shortcuts are pressed separately. Guys, note this particular technique. Alt shortcuts are pressed separately and control based shortcuts are pressed together. Okay, this is a small thumb rule that I'm giving you. 99% of the time this works well. DB बनाते हैं सर आज. सर we are at 340. कुछ तो नेक्स्ट टाइम के लिए हमें पार्क करना पड़ेगा. अभी तो टेक्स्ट फंक्शंस कवर करेंगे सर, मैथमेटिकल फंक्शंस कवर करेंगे, फाइनेंशियल मॉडलिंग कवर करेंगे. So just wrapping this up with the last function and 1 small bonus trick for all of you. Okay, so Alt IR, you insert a row, and I'm going to put this on the top of total. The function name is subtotal. Okay, the function name is subtotal. I'm going to say equal to, and I'm going to say subtotal. Now, what does subtotal do? Subtotal as a function has all the other mathematical formulas, financial formulas within it. So you can calculate count, average, max, min, sum, everything with subtotal also. But then what is the use of this? What is the use of this if you have not covered filters? Absolutely. If you don't know about filters, subtotal is useless for you. Right? So we're going to reiterate on this once we cover filters as well. But just for now, what we're going to do is equal to subtotal. And we're going to work with item 9, which is sum. 9. Press 9 and press comma. 9 means sum. If you look at this particular list that is there on your screen, you will find 1 means average, 2 means count, 3 means counter, so on and so forth. So 9 means sum. Okay, and once you've selected 9, you're going to select your entire data set, which has subtotal. So for me, it's H3 to H45. And this is my subtotal, which is giving me currently a sum of all the values. Type the answer, which is 19627.9. If you're getting the same answer, type that answer on chat. What is the sum total that you're getting here? What is the sum total that we are getting here? Type the answer on chat, guys. Getting the same? Excellent. I'm going to wait for, let's say, 1 more minute for everyone to be on the same page. Don't worry about it, guys. Conditional formatting, data validation, everything that you can imagine in Excel is coming your way. It's going to be a long, long journey, but I'm going to make you experts. I promise you that. Superb. All that we need to do is let's put a filter on items and select pencil. Just showing you the power of subtotal. So the answer automatically changes to 2135.14, which is essentially the total of only these filtered items. So what subtotal does, it works only on the visible items and calculates the total, count, max, min, everything for this only. That's what subtotal does for you. And it can do counts, it can do max, it can do average, it can do sum. And you can do a simple copy paste to the other columns as well to get the same information for the remaining columns. If within pencil you put a folder filter on rep, for example, Jones, then how many sales have been made by Jones for pencil, the data is going to be a subtotal of that. And subtotal, again, can be sum, average, count, anything. Right? So pausing for 2-3 more minutes for you to evaluate different options amongst filters. This is what subtotal and filter as a combination can do for you. Again, a very handy technique when you're trying to draw insights from your data. I'm going to take a pause for 2 minutes and give you the bonus trick then. Nayak, both of them can be copied and pasted. So subtotal and sum can be copied and pasted, but sum would have the inherent limitation that it calculates everything which is there in that column. But subtotal works only on visible elements. So copy paste can be done for anything, right? Copy pasting a formula is a simple relative reference and absolute reference. I think a small touch upon element is needed there also. So I'm going to cover that in the next class. But yeah, essentially anything can be copied and pasted as long as it has a reference. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. To get the results for only filtered items, the one that you see on your screen. All right, waiting for 1 more minute, waiting for the clock to turn 3:47. The trick that I'm gonna give you is gonna be very basic. It's gonna sound very basic, but once you apply it, oh my god, the amount of time it saves for you is humongous. Okay, type ready on chat if you're ready for the bonus trick. Type ready on chat if you're ready for the bonus trick. सर ये वीडियो अपलोड हो जाएगी? Yes, the video would be there definitely. Same channel. All right, all right. I see the ready part flowing in. Come on, more hype, guys. After all, it's the bonus trick. Bonus trick for every session is very, very special. All right. And the trick that I'm going to give you, okay, what makes it even more special, the trick that I'm giving you today is not limited to Excel. The same trick can be applied on MS Word and can be applied on PowerPoint as well. And trust me, it's going to save a lot of time for you. Okay. Here we go. Sir, a very basic trick, sir. Sir, this central column, it is in yellow color, sir. I have also made it bold, sir. And I have changed the font size to 14, sir. Sir, and the text color also I've changed, sir, to blue. Right? Let's increase the font size a little more. Let's say 22. Let's change the font also. Right? Let's make it Algerian. This is what I've done to central. Is that a bonus trick? Seriously, that was too basic, sir. I know we can change fonts. I know we can change size. I know we can change the font color. I know we can change the background color. All right. I think someone just said it's gonna be Format Painter. Trust me, it is Format Painter, but not the way you intend it to be. Yeah, hello again. Format Painter is very basic. Why would I teach you Format Painter, guys? So it is Format Painter, but a little advanced variant of it. Bonus tricks are, of course, short and light. They only increase your efficiency. Okay, excited? Guys, promise me one thing. The trick that you're learning now, bonus tricks are meant to be this way, okay? The bonus trick that you're learning with me, don't reveal this to anyone. Anyone who's not attending the session. Don't reveal this. Promise? Yeah, I'm not sharing the screen as of now, honey. Don't worry about it. I'm just going to share it shortly. So, is it a promise? Give me a promise on chat. Say promise on chat. You're not going to reveal this to anyone. Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Wait on. Give me a promise. Superb. That's what I was aiming for. Okay. So how do we do a Format Painter? Well, fairly simple. On the Home tab, you see this paintbrush icon as Format Painter. Right? All of you have that on your home menu. Perfect. I love the promises flowing. So all of you have this on your menu, right? Home menu, Format Painter. I'm not doing anything on my screen right now. I'm just pointing. Okay. The internet just swapped. It's just a one-time problems because things are going to be really different next time. Is that better? I am back. I'm back. You can hear me well now. Kindly confirm. Kindly confirm if this is accurately visible and audible to everyone. I don't think there are any lags now. Yeah, superb. Superb. Let's quickly wrap this. Bringing up my screen again. Is the screen being visible clearly now? सर वो सीक्रेट हाँ प्रॉमिस वाला ना वो बता रहे हैं सर उसी पे आ रहे हैं right so format painter of course is clear to everyone I'm very sure right so within format painter we select this particular where we want to copy that particular format click on format painter and paste it to any other cell now as soon as we paste it the format is pasted right so everything becomes of the same color font size everything is copy pasted from one cell to another but essentially what happens your format painter has ended you can only use it once that means if I want to apply the same technique the same font color size everything to let's say 10 12 cells I need to select format painter again and again click on those items and then I need to click on it again and then click on the items so I cannot do it in one go yes how can I save my time here drum rolls are you excited for this are you excited for this how do we waste our time how do we waste yes laugh when you're going to learn how stupid this particular technique is and how efficient it can be okay all that you need to do is select the cell from where you need to copy paste the item and instead of a single click you do a double click on format painter just a double click on format painter right this time the format painter is not gonna end no matter how many times you paste it at what all places you paste it it's not gonna end yeah that's the beauty of it when you want it to be end you can just press the escape key and it will go away you can just press the escape key and it will go away and this works with MS Word this works with PowerPoint this works with any of the Microsoft tools imagine you formatting a particular report in MS Word making your headings as bold as font in Arial font size 14 headings across different pages how painful can it be and how useful this technique could be just a double click you from a lot of pain points on a scale of 1 to 10 this time how was the overall session I'm going to pause for your responses on a scale of 1 to 10 infinity on 5 this particular trick Lot more techniques are coming your way, guys. How do you create a unique identifier in a data set? How do you separate names, first names, second names? I love the responses. Nice, thank you. I hope I was able to make a difference. Extra you've learned today, right? Next time, we're going to cover the text functions. We're going to try and cover one dashboard as well, if you're able to. Right? Lot more techniques coming your way. There's an entire session dedicated towards pivot tables. Right? So looking forward to the next sessions. I'm going to convey the date and time to you in advance. So be prepared and let's connect the next time. Thank you so much and looking forward to the next session.